Good morning. After another exciting weekend for the boys, the Dream Rager returns for episode 84. Joey D here, joined with Elvis and Dylan, and we'll recap our weekends and preview some Monday Night Football, all for plays in the NHL and the MLB playoffs. But before we do that, I want to check in on the boys. How you guys doing today?
Great, man. I'm going to have a great day ahead of me. Going to be attending the Red Sox game 3 against the Astros.
You're going up to Fenway?
Drive up to Fenway from Jersey, so you know it's about to be a zoo. Ooh, I can't wait. Exciting games over the weekend, too, but I'm just excited about tonight, boys.
Gotta love that.
Yes.
How about you?
I'm doing well after I got my swagger back.
Yeah.
The boy is hot right now. Wish I was going to the baseball game, but as you can see, got a beautiful view behind me. Bay Bridge.
Oh, I got a delay?
Yeah.
American Airlines is delaying a flight again?
Oh, yeah. Anything but fucking, oh, man.
Unreal.
But I'm doing well. Good to be with you, boys.
Yeah, I think we had an action-packed weekend, as we said about. I think we had our fair share of wins. Of course, a couple letdowns, but that's all in the name of sports gambling for us boys. What was your overall records? In the NFL, I kind of didn't do so well. Went 1-2. NCAA, my parlay hit. And for MMA, man, I had a positive green record and my parlay hit as well, so I'm looking good. But how did your bets go over the weekend?
Then I'll start here first. MMA, terrible. I went 0-2, but hey, it is what it is. College football, I'm pretty sure I went 1-1. Shout out Spartans. And then football, finally had my first winning week. Went 7-3 overall. So
nice.
Look great there. I know Dylan had a great week.
That was a big week.
So for me, I went 4-0 in college football.
Ooh,
take everything, parlay. It don't matter. You was up. And, for UFC, 1-1. Andre Arlovsky, the
good call.
Fame vet, great. He pieced him up. Aspen Ladd might be the worst female fighter in the sport.
Oh,
and what
wow.
happened with Julian Marquez?
Oh, man, he had to pull out due to health concerns. That's what he stated. He apologized to his opponent. He apologized to the UFC. We wish him well because I know he'll be back definitely in that octagon soon.
Non-COVID related, correct?
Yeah, not COVID related. I think maybe something due to the weight cut.
Yeah, and in the NFL, I went 6-2. Me and Elvis were finally above 500. What's our records? You have it in front of you, Elvis.
Our exact records so far through what? Week 6?
Yeah.
6.
Week 6. So thirds of a way. We finding the green. Dylan, 24-23-2. I'm 32 and 30-1. And Joey D started slipping. Joey was the first one in the positive.
Yep.
Joey's slipping. He's 31, 36, and 1.
Got to bring it back up. We'll definitely get that in the next week as well. So,
Yeah, my man Joey going to come back strong.
Hey, definitely. I wanted to just talk real quick about the college football games that we saw. Sparty was a tough little matchup there. But, hey, Dylan, once again, you're riding them every week. I think that was a great victory for the boys.
Yeah, they came out very slow, sloppy. I think they might have because they're going into a bye this week now. They kind of were trying to look past the Hoosiers. Hoosiers came out strong at home. Defense was holding up. And then the second half, I think they kind of got their mojo back. They got a nice pick six, but I think the quarterback needs to play better, especially on the road. The Big Ten is no joke.
Dude, that number 27 on the defense, no pads, no – dude, he's a wild man out there from Sparty.
Savage.
Yeah.
Yes. But, hey, my win total on the year already hit. It was 4. They're 6-0.
How about that?
Woo!
I mean, Big Ten team's looking good.
I think that's the best conference. I know a lot of people say SEC, but every game in between the Big Ten is just a slugfest, and you have to come prepared because if you don't, you're going to lose.
That's right. Absolutely. Elvis, you did good. You also took Sparty in that game. You took the money line, though. You didn't want to give the points, and I think rightfully so because it was a tough game. Straight up.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, Joey. The reason I stay away from the points in college football, to be honest, one, your boy ain't no shark like my boy D-Rock across the vision right there. My boy D-Rock knows what's going on. So I'm not giving you out straight locks. My two expertise is football and basketball.
Hey.
So every time I throw a college football, UFC, I'm just going with my gut. You know what I'm saying? But
be like overall, walking on thin ice kind of deal.
Yeah, like I said, last week I went 2-0. Don't expect me to go 2-0.
Hey, you were close with the Tennessee money line pick. You got plus money close, there. Bro. And how about the golf ball that hit Lane Kiffin in the head?
I'll be honest, he deserved it. And they threw him a thing of mustard too. That one was funny. I was like, damn, they got to chill.
The people of Knoxville should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, first of all, should be ashamed of themselves, and they should be ashamed that the team came out that flat in the first half. Got to do better.
Got to do better.
And I told you the over under at 82 was nowhere close. It was
that was way high.
82.5. Like I said, that's the main reason I picked Tennessee. I was like, hey, if the bookies got it at 82.5, home team got to win the game.
The spread for the Sparty game was 4.5, and they won by 5. So I'm telling you, Vegas know they're so sharp when they make those lines. You got to be careful.
That's for sure.
That's why college football always
money line. And then, I just wanted to talk about college football. We'll get back onto the grind just to review a couple NFL games, but I did want to talk about that Aspen Ladd corner in the UFC. I know you said something that she might not be one of the better female fighters that you saw, but hey, her corner had to come out and apologize because of how hard they were on her during each round. They were very, very hard on her fighter. But I think I agree with DC because he came out and stated that you should have heard some of the things my coaches said to me. And I think it's in the sport, and it's right that they weren't delusional. We talked about the prior week that the main event fighter was, getting a delusional point of view from their corner. We like it when the corner actually is being realistic and giving them their proper, viewpoint instead of one that is not accurate at all. So I do appreciate that Jim West was coming from a place of, relative reality.
Yeah, I just felt like there's a fine line between tough love and being a little too harsh. At first, it felt like because he knows his fighter and how she responds. Obviously, he knows it's her coach, but it felt uncomfortable to watch, to be honest. Like, we didn't hear too much technique. All we heard being discussed, not even game plan, was just criticism and just it doesn't look good. I
more motivation
I thought he was doing it for the cameras, so like doing it for the audience rather than the fighter. I don't know him or the guy at all, but after a few rounds, I don't see how that could be effective because it just obviously wasn't working. Whatever he was saying wasn't
registering to Aspen Ladd. Exactly. Yeah. She's still a young fighter, and maybe he could have switched it up, and it would have registered to her a little.
It just was weird because the Aspen Ladd that I knew and who came into the UFC was very aggressive and came out strong, throwing punches. And it looked like she came out tentative, and it looked like she was trying to counter, be patient. But at a certain round, Norma Dumont was up 3-0.
That's
so
right.
So you got to start swinging, and I
going for the finish.
Yeah, and Joe, we've played football growing up, and we've played sports. We've had coaches say way worse and do way worse. So it's like, I get where DC's coming from, and at the end of the day, they're adults. There's only a certain way you could talk to these athletes. So there's a fine line, I think. But
absolutely. Well, thank you for your
Yeah.
point of view because we definitely are on the same kind of boat with that. And I just want to go to Elvis real quick because boy, our fading of the New Jersey boys did not go so well this weekend. We did have that Andre Arlovsky fade, but Dylan he hit it right on the head. But hey, Eric Gonzalez, we thought he'd come out with a debut, a tough guy to debut against, and Jim Miller. I mean, like I said, Jersey boys, we can't be fading these Jersey boys
At
Yeah,
all.
won't do that again.
Jim Miller with the absolute knockout.
walk off.
Hall of Famer. Like, I think he's never missed weight, Jim Miller.
No, never. He's a consummate professional. But me and Elvis were fading him. So I wanted to get Elvis's point of view because we did have the debut of Eric Gonzalez. And there's also our boy OG Shawnee Max guy he had interviewed. So, shout out them because we thought that we'd be in for a surprise. But Elvis, like we said, it wasn't a good night to fade the Jersey boys.
Horrible night to fade the Jersey boys. What do you expect? I just threw it out there. I had faith in the kid. You got to give the young boy a shot. My man's, he's a Hall of Famer, but at the end of the day, his time is came. His time is coming. It's gonna pass. So I'm thinking, Gonzalez is gonna be able to win the fight, but he got ragged.
Def. And man, I the only thing I could really much talk about besides moving on to the next promotion is the parlay for me did hit. I did have
Nice.
Bruno Silva and Manny Fierro the money line at plus 130. So for those who did ride that, hey,
Lock.
thank you. It
Straight
was a lock.
locks.
And did mention the other promotion. That's Bellator 268 was on display as well Saturday night. And boy, I think it was a good event to be honest. I did go 2 for 2. Two tough losses. Henry Corrales came out on top. And in the co-main event, man, I was taken aback with that one. So Corey Anderson, another Jersey boy we faded. I don't know what was with me with the Jersey boy fades. He knocked out Ryan Bader within a minute. So can't be fading these Jersey boys. I think we learned our lesson this week. And, Vladim Netkov is going to be taking on Corey Anderson. He did come out victorious in the main event. So we'll go and see that. Also, my other money line was picking. Actually, it wasn't money line. It was specific. I took Brent Primus via decision over Benson Henderson. So that actually hit as well. But Bellator was all right in 268. I think they're going to be running a couple more pay-per-views soon enough. And I know next week, man, in the mixed martial arts world, we're going to be on display with PFL in the final of the World Championships.
I wanted to say one thing about Corey Anderson. Shout out him, man. He realized UFC wasn't working. He was on the tail end of his career, and now he's one fight away from a title, and he's making more money. So shout out Anderson, man. Sometimes the UFC isn't it.
Hey,
I think
exactly.
we're gonna see that with Michael Chandler. So he's gonna have to go back. He's gonna get
Hey,
he's gonna
Scott.
get beat up.
Scott Coker came out and said that whoever wins this Grand Prix will be the definitive best light heavyweight on the planet. But you got to take in consideration that Vadim Nemkov got finished in Ryzen a couple times, and Corey Anderson got finished by who's the current champ, John Blachowicz. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to agree with Scott Coker on this. I do like what the guy says most of the time, but in that situation, I think you got to look at who's in the top 5 of that light heavyweight division in UFC because you got some savages, Lionheart Smith. You got the guys who are fighting for the belt. Even Glover Teixeira in his mid-40s is still producing. So I think there's a lot to be said there.
If Glover Teixeira wins the title against Jan Blachowicz at the age of 59, holy shit, that will be one of the best stories in UFC. I'm telling you. He's a Hall of Famer
Regardless.
right now.
Exactly.
But if he wins the belt against a guy who's beat Izzy, who's beat all these guys,
I mean,
it's just
it speaks for
amazing
itself.
him.
So
Yeah.
I'm glad we recapped that stuff. Let's get in right to a couple games for the NFL slate that we had. Let's start it up with the first early game. Jacksonville got its first. London's team got its. Isn't it fitting that it's got its first victory of the year in London? There, that last minute field goal, Mr. Wright, he got it done. It was right, and I think it was just a good over game. It was a good feeling to wake up early in the morning and watch football. You know,
That's a true definition of football all day. 12 hours of football. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
Shout out to the
Elvis.
Jags, man. Winning that game. Did I already know you're gonna say I'm about to say it right now. Before the game, I just had a feeling. I don't know why. Didn't say it on Friday's show. It just came to me. It was like 9 in the morning. I was like, you know what? I think Jacksonville could win today.
yeah.
And then I was looking at the pregame. The 2 starting corners for Miami was out of the game. And then I searched on FanDuel real quick. Trevor Lawrence over under passing yards was only 233. I smashed that.
Over.
Took that as over it. as an official play. And then I was like, you know what, for the just shits and giggles, let me just throw a little bit of cash on that on the over and Jags money line at plus 278, and it hit. So shout out to Jags, shout out Urban Meyer, shout out Trevor Lawrence doing at this. Shout out Marvin Jones, he had a game.
Yeah.
And thanks for the money in my FanDuel account. Kind of appreciate it, and I kind of needed it.
Shout out Urban Meyer out coaching Brian Flores.
How about
across
that?
The pond.
Oh man.
Oh, everyone forgot about the little girls he's been touching because he finally got a win. Shout out.
You gotta
Urban.
chill.
No.
Let's go right.
Urban.
Let's go right into that actual exciting game with your guys, the New England Patriots taking on the Dallas Cowboys. I think it was a great game. It was a shootout at that, and New England was fighting to the end. I think it was one of the better 4:00 games that we got to see.
Yeah, Joe. Oh my God, exciting! I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of surprised. I was surprised that the Patriots looked that good at first. We had the lead. Defensively. I've been telling them just bullshit on them. I'm like, we have the best secondary in the league. I'm gonna be honest. After last night's performance, we're around top 10. Because Dak threw for what, 445, 3 tugs, and the one pick he threw was deflected. So it wasn't, it's not like
not his fault.
Borderline.
Really.
Yeah, it's not really his fault. So I just like what I seen from the team. Mac Jones battled. I like a running game. Damian Harris, he did all right, but I hate to say this, but how about the Cowboys? Cowboys looking good now.
6-0 ATS.
CeeDee Lamb had a breakout game. He's been a little sluggish in the past few weeks. I got him in my fantasy. Funny exploded. So good for that. But I like the fight that the Pats did. I like Bill Belichick. He has some schemes. But, Cowboys are just a better team. We're a few steps away. But you see the potential. You see, like I said, the future is looking bright. So future's looking bright.
You were talking about the defense, Elvis. The Cowboys gained 567 yards on Sunday. This is the most Bill Belichick's defense has ever allowed in 619 games as a head coach.
Wow, 619.
So I mean, it was a crazy game. I thought the Cowboys' offense started slow in the first half. They couldn't find a rhythm, but
best secondary in the league. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's got more touchdowns than his brother, and he plays defense.
But yeah, the defense kept the Patriots defense kept them in the game the first half. Then the second half was just all scoring back and forth all the way to overtime. Yeah, we got to start putting some respect on Trayvon Diggs' name. A pick six.
That pick six made defensive player of the year. I'm gonna be honest. He got the lead right
locked,
now.
I think.
And you were talking about having fight, Elvis. I thought Mac Jones showed some grit yesterday. He got his head almost chopped off, comes back and throws a 75-yard bomb. I mean, the guy just, every time he was getting punched, he was throwing 2 punches. So there are some great things to look ahead for Mac Jones. But I think you're missing just a couple pieces.
Just a couple.
Like I said, the future is bright. I feel like we're just one stud receiver away, a solid running back away, and possibly our defense is good. Our defense ain't bad, but it ain't the defense of the past year either. It's a little lackluster.
Good teams find ways to win when they're having a bad day. Great win for the Cowboys going into their bye. Like Joey said, 6-0 ATS. You just got to ride them.
5-1 in the year. Yeah, they're looking good, man. They're looking good. I think they're in power rankings. They're up there. They have to be.
Yeah, they have to be.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about Sunday Night Football real quick. My team, I think the game was kind of a letdown. I think it was kind of a stinker out there. A lot of penalties. We saw a lot of penalty flags this week, total all the games. But and that one in particular was kind of sad to watch. But, Chris Collinsworth, we all love Chris Collinsworth. He was given a testament to the two franchises and their grit and determination and how prideful they are. Because I think it showed. But, my man Geno Smith, he stepped up. I got to say, I was thinking he was going to be awful. I just didn't see it. But the man covers. Yeah. If you look at his record, he actually is a covering machine. Covering God is what I saw. But you know what? All credit to him. Fight the Seahawks have is good. They're going to be continuing that, though they've declined and regressed tremendously off the past decade. You know what? I'm proud of the boys. But Steelers, they come out on top with a good win.
Yeah, man, with the Steelers, first half, it was the tale of two halves, to be honest, because Steelers are, 14-0 at halftime. They look great. Come third quarter, I don't even know his first name, but last name is Collins, the running back for the Seahawks, had a huge third quarter.
Yeah.
brought him back in the game single handedly. He was running the hell out of the ball. But I'll be honest, I know it got a little crazy in the fourth quarter and overtime, but this game was won by T.J.
I
Watt.
was gonna say
Man.
T.J. Watt.
He had a game, man. 7 tackles, 2 sacks, the one strip sacks to basically seal the win.
Seal the
I
win,
know,
yeah.
I know. A few weeks ago, I was down bad on Big Ben, but Big Ben made some throws last night that were, it looked
Yeah.
vintage. I'm not gonna say he looks great, but he looks like a vintage Big Ben. So maybe he'll get better throughout the season. Who knows? But and Najee Harris, great. He's having a great
Stud.
season.
Such a great
Yeah, he's
pickup
a
for them.
stud. Such a great pickup for them. I like what I saw, but like Joey was saying, Geno Smith, shocking, he made it a game. He covered. I didn't expect that. He ended up covering. He ended up tying the game up.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
surprising comeback from Geno Smith and the boys. Collins had a huge game. I know Joey was probably scared when DK Metcalf fumbled at the end of the game.
100%.
I don't know.
That was so
I don't know.
controversial. I didn't know what to expect from that. I
Yeah,
was like
'cause
fed up.
They were talking about, the announcers were talking about that it might be a runoff because they had to review the play.
Yep.
I was like, well,
2 seconds
regardless,
back on
I'm
the
not-
clock, wound up being
regardless
3.
the 4.5 not hitting, so I didn't really give a fuck.
Hey, it's all right.
Yeah, I thought it was a good game. I thought it was a great game when coaches found out, hey, we should just run the ball more.
Yeah.
When teams started to run the ball more, holy shit, these running backs, we thought they were fucking elite, like Zeke over here. So it's crazy how just a simple adjustment like that could change the whole trajectory of the game. So I thought it was good. Geno Smith actually played much better than I thought. And you're right, Big Ben made some throws that I didn't think he could make anymore. I think he's going to have that shoulder iced all day today. But
Hey, that's all right. So I'm glad we got a review on all the stuff this past weekend. But let's talk about Monday Night Football. We'll stay on the gridiron, and we have the Buffalo Bills taking a trip over to Tennessee and taking on those Titans. And, I mean, a lot of people are kind of fading the Bills in this situation, but I don't necessarily see it. It's got to be the best team in the AFC, don't you guys think?
I think so. Baltimore is making some noise after that.
That's true.
That dominating
And
win yesterday.
Baltimore with 16 players on the injured reserve and they're 5-1. No one can say anything about John Harbaugh.
Nothing.
No one.
That's for sure.
But I'll start it. Yeah, we're Lamar. I'll start it off. I'm gonna lay the points with the Bills. You just can't bet against them right now. Like Joe said, I think they're the best team in the AFC. They're on a mission, and I don't expect them to come flat out on this spot. They lead the league in takeaways, which I think they're going to continue today. They have a QB. They have a coaching advantage. Josh Allen, Sean McDermott. I think the only way the Titans can keep it close is running the ball with King Henry because Julio Jones and A.J. Brown, they're questionable. So but it might not be as easy as I'm saying because the Bills have the league's best rush defense. So that might be a problem for the Titans. I just think the Bills, they're going to be able to score with ease against the Titans defense. I'm going to lay the points with the Bills. I do lean over too, but that's not an official play. My official play, lay Bills 5.5.
Nice. Elvis, what do you got?
I'm rolling with the Bills, man. I caught it early. I caught it at 4.5, -4.5. I think defensively, Bills might be the best defensive team in football as of right now. So I think it's going to be a tough night for Tennessee offensively, especially if one of the A.J. Brown or Julio Jones can go. I think they will need both to be able to put up a lot of points tonight to keep up with the Bills because the Bills' offense is rolling. It's rolling. Josh Allen's having a great season. Even I like the both running backs, Singletary and Zach Moss, both having good years.
Reliable.
Stephon Diggs not having a crazy season, but Emmanuel Sanders
Sanders is surprising,
now.
but Stephon could be in for a breakout game today, I'm thinking.
Yeah, exactly. So watch out for Stephon. But my official play will be the -4.5. But I seen it jump to 5.5, 6. So I couldn't just let you guys with just that. So your boy has the same game parlay for you guys. Yesterday I hit the same game parlay on the Dallas game. So hopefully I still got that luck going. This parlay is at +312. Let's start it. Josh Allen, alternate, 250+ yards. Ryan Tannehill, just 200+ yards. Like Dylan said, Julio, AJ, both questionable, so I don't expect too many yards from him, but he should be able to manage 200 yards. Joey says Stephon Diggs might have a breakout game. I have him alternate over 60 yards. Bills minus 4.5, my initial spread, and then money line. That'll give you odds at plus 312. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. We
Let's
love our
go.
plus money. And I do have a two-way parlay. I'm been hitting on the parlay, so I gotta roll with it. But here's what I'm doing. I'm doing one of those switch-up games because I think that Tennessee in the first half will keep it close. So I'm parlaying this with what you guys took, was Buffalo minus the 5.5 full game. I'm parlaying the first half Tennessee plus 3.5. I think they'll keep it within arm's reach. So if I do that together, the two-way parlay leaves you at plus 259. I think we're going to be a good odds for this Monday Night Football game.
Ooh, gotta love it.
Let's go. Hopefully we have a close first half and then a blowout second half.
That's right, and then we all hit. So, boys, I got a couple things for the NHL if you guys want to hear. Do you have anything? Because Joey Pucks is on fire.
Yeah, go ahead, Joey Bucks. I have one play.
I want to hear your
I
play
have
first.
nothing.
Nothing this week?
Yeah,
No, I'm gonna tell you, Joey.
All right. What you got, Elvis? Let me hear what you're going
might
with.
as well tell Joey because Joey's hot. I'm gonna be honest, your boy. I was scouting on what's going on. I ain't joined Pucks now. I ain't joined Pucks, but I happen to be 5-0 in the NHL.
Woo!
Check my action.
No big deal.
No big deal, But let's just play it safe tonight. Them Rangers are shaky. I've been telling y'all since the get. Rangers, they're not it. So I'll be taking the Maple Leafs on the money line. I know it's a little high, but I'm just playing it safe. Get your lunch money for the week. If you want to lay the puck line, 1.5 is at plus 134.
Woo!
That ain't me. So I'm just taking the money line at minus 194. Put some extra chicken on it and get lunch for the week.
That's right. Like that. So what I'm doing is my money line play is Seattle has had already 2 games. This will be the third this season taking on the Flyers' first game of the season. Though they're in Philadelphia, I got to roll with the Kraken. I love the colors. I love the name. Seattle Kraken money line at plus 170. Big underdogs, but I'm thinking that Vegas is wrong in this one. I'm going to be rolling with them there. And two-way parlay. I got a two-way parlay. I know you guys are going to like the sound of this. Two-way parlay leaves your odds at plus 270. So in that game you just talked about, both teams in the first 3 games of the season have hit the under every game. I'm taking under 6.5 New York Rangers at Toronto Maple Leafs, and I'm going back to the well like we did last year. Under 1.5 in the first period at the Anaheim and Calgary game. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Locks.
I love it.
All right, so I'm glad we talked all the stuff we had for this week or for today. We'll get another show in for you guys Monday. But before we leave, you said you're going up to Fenway for a game. You know I'm taking an MLB pick today, and it's Boston Red Sox money line minus 115. What else you boys got?
Come on now. Come on, Dylan. You got anything for today?
On Friday I took the Astros and y'all laughed at me.
It hit.
Who won?
You got it.
Walk off, Lucky.
And that, yeah. And then they came back and just dominated.
2 grand slams.
I think Kike Hernandez is having the best postseason I've seen in recent history. That man is on a mission.
He's the hottest player on the planet.
Yeah, not even offensively. Defensively, he's diving, making catches. Like,
Exactly.
going to the game, I'd be a fool not to take the Red Sox money line. Red Sox money line, baby. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Woo! Oh man, my boy Rodriguez is pitching tonight. Gotta love the lefty. I'm gonna have some great seats. If you want to see the view, peep my IG. But tonight, Game 3 in Fenway. What I've been telling y'all for over a month. You don't want to come to Fenway. You don't want to come to Fenway come October. Don't nobody want to come to Fenway come October. So guess what? Red Sox money line at minus 120. I don't give a fuck what the spread is. Put it on them. I might take a run line, money line. It don't matter. Because guess what? You're not winning in Fenway.
No.
Nobody's winning in Fenway.
When it comes to the 7th inning stretch, sweet
Caroline. Ba, ba, ba. Come on,
that place is gonna be a zoo.
Rocking. Oh,
Hold up.
man.
Make a sign, Elvis, so we see you.
The
Hashtag
Dream
the
Wager.
Dream Wager.
Oh, boy. So,
I'll be like, hashtag the Dream Wager wager lock of the day. Red Sox.
Red Sox money line. Love it. So, boys and everyone still tuning in with us, you can watch us on YouTube here, listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Follow us on all our social media platforms at The Dream Wager. Please comment, rate, and subscribe because it helps us out tremendously. We appreciate the love and support. Thank you, and best of luck. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. Have a good one.